Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem was a big, successful surprise that totally rules. But one of the most shocking things about it is that it redeems two iconic villains and foreshadows a bright future for both of them. Spoilers ahead for the new movie, but Bebop and Rocksteady heroes?
Okay, sort of a twist.
That's crazy. Let's discuss. From the start, it seemed like the Turtles in the new Ninja Turtles movie would have a lot on their plate. There seemed to be a crazy amount of villains. We knew that Superfly was going to be the big bad, and he was quite the big bad, if I do say so myself, but we knew that he had a mutant squad with him, and that included the infamous Bebop and Rocksteady, the two adversaries that have filled the strong henchman roles for villains for years, and always are a headache for the Turtles. Whenever these two show up, they may not be the smartest, but they pack a mean punch. So with them being included in this film, us fans had a pretty clear idea that they would be baddies, but surprise, just like how Raph sliced through that watermelon, the movie sliced through our expectations and flipped the rivalry on its head. Instead of being just dumb baddies, Mutant Mayhem has these villains, and all the mutants except for Superfly go through their own emotional redemption arcs. Not only does this reinvent the mythology in a fun way, but it better relates to the messaging of this movie's world, and I think it works wonders. In the source material, Bebop and Rocksteady were thugs who were mutated and eventually joined Shredder's army. Besides the famed Foot Clan, these two were the big enforcers and showed up in comics, cartoons, games, and even other Ninja Turtles movies. But I think this movie actually blows all other interpretations out of the water and gives a surprising amount of depth to a talking warthog and a rhinoceros. Like, they don't just turn good, they take a step back to analyze where all their brutality and hate is coming from. When the movie starts, they're the mutant siblings that Superfly took and raised after a raid on Baxter Stockman's place left them without a home or a family. As they grew up, they tried the whole have humans accept us thing, but it didn't go so well at first, and immediately jumped on the let's destroy all of humanity craze that Superfly insisted on. They were all for it until the Turtles showed up and made them question everything. Not only did they realize that they didn't want to wipe out all of humanity, but they reached the conclusion that maybe the reason they are so angry all the time is because deep down they know the life they are living is wrong. Wow, how's that for a kid's movie? And at the end, when they realize all they ever wanted is to be accepted, they find a much happier life. Sure, they're still massive and probably eat a lot of the Turtles' food, but they are officially heroes and part of the family now. It's definitely a more sympathetic spin on their classic origins, retooling their backstory into tragedies that become a success. They find the family they are looking for, and that's what Baxter wanted for them and himself all along. A lot of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles stories include rival mutants as enemies because, let's face it, the Turtles need cool-looking villains to fight in order to boost comic sales and toy sales. But what I find interesting about Mutant Mayhem is that the writers use mutants to tell a story about what it truly means to be family. I mean, it's not just Bebop and Rocksteady, it's other characters like Mondo Gecko and Leatherhead and the rest of those sweet, disgusting mutants. All of them, at their core, just want a family. They don't want to hate on the world, even if they have every right to, but rather are just super angry at being so misunderstood. Even when given the chance to wipe out all of humanity after being treated poorly, they still can't bring themselves to do it. It's a nice message, and now Bebop and Rocksteady can lead a whole new iteration of Mutant Town from the comics if they want. They can be leaders as other mutants find a home with them as they promote a message of unity and peace. That's way better than just having them be dumb henchmen, don't you think? Of course, the question becomes, will it last? The movie seems to suggest that Baxter died after the raid, but will that really be the case? Because I think it would be interesting if he shows up in the sequel looking for his family, only to find that Bebop and Rocksteady have found a family with the others somewhere else. That creates tension between Baxter and the rest of the group and makes you really invested in what's going to happen to all the mutants. Will they go go back to Baxter, or will they stay loyal to Turtle Power? That's what I would do if I was making a TMNT Mutant Mayhem sequel.
I like that.
I mean, come on, this movie has like 5 writers attached to it. Would they really notice if I snuck my name in there somewhere? Probably not. But let's be real, that franchise is in great hands now. If every following project can treat its characters with the same tenderness as this movie did Bebop and Rocksteady and the rest of the mutants, then this is going to be a great franchise going forward. Bring on the next one. And soon, I want to see them all cohabitating with one another down in the sewers and seeing the 2 former villains going to therapy to work out all their anger issues. What did you think of Mutant Mayhem? Was there enough mayhem for all the mutants? Do you like the story direction the film went with its villains? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching CBR. See you next time.